This summer, Dallas is hosting 9 World Cup matches, more than any other city in the tournament, including a semifinal at a stadium so big the players complain about the video board. Most of the millions landing at DFW have never pictured the city beyond an airport code and a TV show. They're walking into a downtown that buried a freeway under a park, the museum floor where American history changed through a rifle scope, barbecue worth a 45-minute line, and the machine that invented the frozen Margarita now sitting in the Smithsonian. This is the first-timer's plan. What to do at each stop, what to eat and what it costs, the best time to go, and the 5 famous Dallas things you can skip without missing anything. Fair warning, one of the most booked hotel areas this month is 30 minutes from everything you actually came to see. Start where every first visit starts. Dealey Plaza. This is where President Kennedy was assassinated in 1963, and the first surprise is how small it feels. The grassy knoll, the triple underpass, the white X on Elm Street. You've seen this place in 100 documentaries, and you can walk all of it for free. The essential ticket is the 6th floor museum inside the old Texas School Book Depository. You stand a few feet from the corner window where the shots came from, with the sniper's nest of boxes recreated behind glass. The audio guide walks you through the motorcade in real time, and it's included. Adults pay $24 online, $27 at the door, and time slots sell out on weekends, so book the first morning slot online. Give it 90 minutes to 2 hours. Morning also beats the heat and the tour groups, which flood the plaza by 11. 2 blocks away stands the JFK Memorial, a stark white concrete square by architect Philip Johnson, free and usually empty. Food nearby is thin, save your appetite for later stops. One warning that pays for your ticket. Men on the plaza sell original newspapers and offer paid conspiracy walking tours. The papers are reprints, and the museum already covers the evidence, theories included. Keep your $20. 10 minutes north sits the strangest park in Texas. Klyde Warren Park is 5 acres of lawn, fountains, and food trucks built directly over an 8-lane freeway. The city-decked Woodall-Rogers Freeway planted a park on the lid and stitched downtown back to uptown in the process. Entry is free, always. A rotating lineup of food trucks parks along the edge. Lunch runs $10 to $15, and the tacos usually beat the burgers. You get a free reading room, free lawn games, a fountain plaza where kids soak themselves while parents pretend they planned it, and free concerts or yoga on many evenings. The calendar sits on the park site. In July and August, avoid midday. The lawn bakes in full sun, and Dallas afternoons run near 100 degrees. Come after 6 p.m. when the towers light up and half the city shows up with dogs and picnic blankets. This is also your orientation stop. The Arts District starts across the street. The Perot Museum is a 10-minute walk, and from the lawn you can see your next 2 stops. If you land with one free evening and no plan, spend it here with a food truck taco and watch the skyline turn on. Across the street begins the Dallas Arts District, 20 contiguous blocks of museums and concert halls, which the city claims as the largest urban arts district in the country. 2 stops matter on a first visit. The Dallas Museum of Art costs nothing. General admission is free, and the collection runs from ancient Mediterranean gold to Hopper and Pollock. Special exhibitions charge around $20, and you can skip them and still fill 2 hours. Next door, the Nasher Sculpture Center charges $10 for one of the best modern sculpture collections anywhere. Rodin, Picasso, Calder, spread through indoor galleries and a garden designed around the art. The garden is the part you'll remember, so go when you can be outside in the first hour after opening, before the heat. The Crow Museum of Asian Art rounds out the block, also free. Aim for a weekday. On Saturdays, the DMA fills with families by noon. The efficient move, Nasher at opening, DMA after, late lunch at the Klyde Warren food trucks. Total spent on 3 museums, $10, less than a single day of parking at an Orlando theme park. Dallas has a reputation for flash. Its best cultural mile runs on donations. If you travel with kids, or you like your science hands-on, the Perot Museum of Nature and Science earns its ticket, about $25 for adults, $18 to $22 for children. It's the cube you spotted from Klyde Warren Park. Inside, a dinosaur hall with T-Rex and the massive Alamosaurus, an earthquake simulator you stand on, and a sports hall where you race a projected Olympic sprinter and lose. Plan 2 to 3 hours. The building itself is the first exhibit. A glass tube escalator rides up the outside of the cube, so take it to the top and work your way down. The layout rewards it. School groups own weekday mornings during term. In summer, arrive at opening or after 2 p.m. when the morning families fade. There's a cafe, but the food trucks are 10 minutes away, and by now you know which option wins on price. One honest note, adults without kids can cover everything in 90 minutes and might prefer to spend the $25 on the tower coming up next. Families should look at the Dallas City Pass instead. About $64 for 4 attractions, including this one, the 6th-floor museum and reunion tower. It pays for itself by the second stop. That glowing ball on the skyline is Reunion Tower, and its observation deck, the GeO-Deck, sits 470 feet up with a full circle of glass over everything you've walked so far. Know this before you buy, pricing is dynamic. The same adult ticket runs $19 at a weekday off-peak slot and $40 walk-up at sunset. So decide what you're buying. If you want the postcard, book the sunset slot online days ahead and pay the premium. The sun drops over a flat Texas horizon, goes full orange, and the city lights come up while you're still on the deck. If you want the view for less, take a $19 to $25 morning slot and share the deck with almost no one. There's also a day and night ticket, a few dollars more, that lets you return within 24 hours. The quiet best deal on the board. Photographers get an outdoor ring beyond the glass, shoot from there, and skip the reflections. Skip the revolving restaurant up top unless someone else is paying. You'd be buying altitude twice, and dinner for 2 there costs more than every museum in this video combined. The tower connects to Union Station, which matters tomorrow. That's where the $1 streetcar to your pie stop leaves from. Hold that thought. East of downtown, 3 streets of brick warehouses hold Deep Ellum, where Dallas goes for live music, and where you'll eat the best barbecue of your trip. Start with lunch at Pecan Lodge. It began as a farmer's market stall, and the brisket is why a line forms before the doors open. Expect $20 to $30 a person for brisket, ribs, and sides. The move for 2 is brisket by the pound, plus the fried chicken nobody expects. About that line, at noon on Saturday you'll stand 45 minutes. Arrive at 11 when doors open, or after 1:30 on a weekday, and you walk almost straight in. Then work it off through the neighborhood's 40-plus murals. The street art changes constantly and costs nothing. After dark, Deep Ellum becomes the city's music district, a title it has held since the 1920s, when Blind Lemon Jefferson played these same blocks. Covers run $0 to $15 depending on the room and the night. Trees in the Factory anchor the big shows, and Twilight Lounge pours a proper old-fashioned with 0 dress code. Standard big city street sense applies late on weekends. Stay on Main, Elm, and Commerce, the three main streets, and you're fine. Come hungry at 11 a.m., come back thirsty at 9 p.m. One pin on the map covers food and nightlife both. Cross the Trinity River and the city changes scale. The Bishop Arts District packs independent shops, taquerias, and pie into 4 walkable blocks of Oak Cliff, a neighborhood that stayed low-rise while downtown grew up. Getting there is half the fun and costs $1. The Dallas streetcar leaves from near Union Station, crosses the river, and drops you a short walk from the district. Cheapest river crossing in Texas. Spend the afternoon browsing. This is where gifts stop being airport cowboy hats. Then join the actual reason everyone comes. Emporium Pies, where a slice runs about $7, and the Drunken Nut, bourbon pecan on shortbread, is the correct order in a state that argues about pecan pie. Before pie, Elsie Hay is a walk-up stand where 3 street tacos cost around $9, and Lockhart Smokehouse serves barbecue on butcher paper if you somehow have room this trip. Weekday afternoons stay calm. Saturdays bring crowds and corner musicians, so pick your energy level. The murals along the side streets catch their best light in late afternoon. This is the un-Dallas part of Dallas. No towers, no valet, nothing above 3 stories. Arrive without a plan. Leave when the pie is gone. Here's one for the group chat. The frozen margarita machine was invented in Dallas. In 1971, a restaurateur named Mariano Martinez watched his bartenders lose the fight with their blenders, stared at a 7-Eleven Slurpee machine, and adapted a soft-serve ice cream machine to pour tequila slush instead. That first machine now sits in the Smithsonian. Dallas gave the world 7-Eleven and the frozen margarita, and the 2 stories are cousins. So one dinner on this trip is Tex-Mex, done properly. Mariano's Hacienda, his restaurant, still operates. The original frozen runs $10 to $14 and arrives with a story attached. Closer to downtown, any Tex-Mex room worth its salt rim serves the Trinity, queso, fajitas, and a frozen. Budget $18 to $28 a person with a drink. Order queso flameado where you see it. Cheese satellite tableside folded into fresh tortillas. Fajitas arrive on cast iron loud enough to announce themselves to the whole dining room. That's the point of them. Make this your first night because you'll want a rematch before you fly. And a consumer warning, Hotel District Tex-Mex downtown charges 30% more for a worse queso. Ride 10 minutes toward any neighborhood and the food improves while the check shrinks. At some point, you'll want the Texas from the movies. Longhorns, boots, a rodeo. Dallas doesn't have it. Fort Worth does, 35 minutes west, and the Stockyards deliver it daily. Twice a day at 11:30 and 4, drovers in period gear walk a herd of longhorn steers down East Exchange Avenue, and watching costs nothing. Arrive 20 minutes early and stand near the Livestock Exchange building for the clean view. Around the drive, the district runs on brick streets, saloons, and western wear shops, some tourist-priced, some genuine. On Friday and Saturday nights, Cowtown Coliseum hosts an actual rodeo. Box office tickets start around $30, and 2 hours of bull riding beats most anything else at that price. For boots, M.L. Letty's has handmade them since 1922. Even if you skip the $400 pair, the shop smells like a century of leather and charges nothing to browse. No car. The TRE commuter train runs from Dallas Union Station to Fort Worth. Then a short rideshare reaches the Stockyards. About an hour total, $9 for a regional day pass. And note the TRE skips Sundays. Driving takes 35 to 45 minutes. Build an afternoon into evening, the 4 o'clock drive, a walk through the district, rodeo at 7:30 on a weekend. Skip the pen where you pay to sit on a bored longhorn for a photo. The free herd in the street is the real thing. East of downtown, Fair Park spreads 277 acres of Art Deco built for the 1936 Texas Centennial, the largest surviving collection of 1930s World's Fair architecture anywhere, and most days you wander it for free. This summer it wears a World Cup badge. The official FIFA Fan Festival runs here through the final, every match on giant screens, free entry, food vendors on site. In town without stadium tickets? You watch here. The rest of the year, the park holds a cluster of small museums and the Cotton Bowl Stadium. But the main event comes late September through mid-October, when the State Fair of Texas takes over for about 3.5 weeks. Gate admission runs $15 to $25 depending on the day, cheaper online, than you spend in coupons. This fair invented fried Coke and never looked back. Fried Oreos, fried butter, one new fried dare every year, $8 to $15 a shot. Big Tex, a 55-foot talking cowboy, waves you in, and the Texas Star Ferris wheel turns 20 stories above the midway. 2 local rules: never drive, park free at any DART station and ride the Green Line to Fair Park Station, and skip the second weekend when the Texas-Oklahoma football game floods the grounds. If your calendar can choose, the fair is the single best reason to visit in fall. Before you go, the skip list: 5 famous Dallas things that aren't worth it. First, the West End for dinner. The historic brick district near Dealey Plaza looks like where you should eat, and that's the problem. It feeds people who won't return. You're a $10 ride from Deep Ellum or Bishop Arts, where the same money buys a meal you'll still talk about. Second, paid JFK conspiracy tours. Guys with laminated photos charge $25 to $30 to walk you around a plaza you can walk alone. The 6th floor museum's included audio guide covers the same ground, evidence and theories both, from 6 floors up. Third, South Fork Ranch. The ranch from the Dallas TV series sits a 40-minute drive away, and the mansion is smaller than the show made it look. Superfans only. Fourth, a rental car parked downtown. Downtown garages charge $25 to $40 a day, and everything in the first half of this video sits within a walk or a $6 DART day pass. Rent a car only for your Stockyards or suburb days, and only for those days. And the big one, Arlington's entertainment district as home base, unless you hold match tickets. The hotels sit beside the stadiums and 30 minutes from every neighborhood in this video, with no rail connection at all. World Cup fans sleep in downtown or uptown Dallas, ride out to the match with time to spare, and you get a city with your football instead of a parking lot. Add it up, and Dallas turns out to be one of the cheaper big city trips in America. The free column: Dealey Plaza, Klyde Warren, the DMA, the Cattle Drive, and Fair Park, plus a $1 streetcar to Pie. The paid column, about $75, covers the 6th floor museum, the Nasher and a reunion tower sunset. 4 days for 2 people with a downtown hotel at $150 to $220 a night, and barbecue and Tex-Mex instead of hotel menus, lands between $1,600 and $2,300 before flights. Best time to come, late March through May or late September into October when the state fair runs and the heat finally breaks. July and August still work if you go out mornings and evenings and spend the 100-degree middays inside a free museum. If Dallas just went into your trip planner, subscribe. We do one city at a time, prices included. Tell me in the comments which city you want next. Up next, Kansas City, the other World Cup city nobody saw coming.